Well, here we go. Here it is. Watch out for it. It's almost over. But it is what it is. It's Taco Tuesday. This is the weather right now. It's 64 degrees at about 7 o'clock on April 30th, 2019. The last day of April. I kid you not. No fooling. Anyways, it's chilly, it's a little breezy, it's nice. It rained a little today. It wasn't supposed to, but we got a little rain on the ground. And we got some yesterday and the night before. And hey, there it is. Oops. Hello and good evening. This is the Epic Beard and Dave. You know, it's funny. We did one Saturday morning, a breakfast one, and hadn't done one for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't think I've done a Taco Tuesday for even longer. And I had planned to talk about some things, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I planned to talk about some things that were very, very important. What was going on, you know, with the way the primary is shaping up and heading. The Mueller report, release the report so we can deny and not believe that. We a couple other things, and we forgot a couple of subjects, and one of them is abortion. I'm going to come right out and tell you flat out, I am pro-choice. I think every American has the right to make the choices they need to regarding their health, their body, and live with the results of those choices for the remainder of the days. I knew a girl. I met her when she was just a teenager, when she was like 17 or so, and she was very, very concerned that they were going to pass a law that would prevent anyone under 18 from buying the morning after pill over the counter. And which was funny was because I asked her flat out, I said, well, are you planning on having sex? Was that what it is? She got all defensive and no. But one day, talking to her, she was with her girlfriend, and we were talking, and she goes, oh yeah, I finally hooked up with, and you know, I'm much, much older than this girl, and she's telling me about who she hooked up with, and that she finally took it, and because he didn't know very much about sex or whatever, you know, I didn't get the reason why either. So. But it occurred to me, which I should have pursued it further in the conversation. It occurred to me that she finally got to do what she wanted to do, was get laid and take that pill. And lately I've been wondering. I wonder how many times she's taken it since, and some of the other young girls. And I started to wonder, what is the prolonged effects of that? I was watching some videos. I was watching the news. I was watching Fox, believe it or not. And no, I'm not a big fan of Fox, but I think it's the only one that gives you news other than Trump or whatever is happening and how Trump affected that or caused that or whatever. You know, it's all just CNN, MSNBC. All of it is just Trump. And the biggest problem is how much of it is actually real. You know, there's so much bullshit, fakery and tomfoolery. Our young waiter has come. Thank you. No, I'm good on everything so far. it just amazes me, you know. I listen to the BBC or whatever, and there's this whole there's a whole anti-Trump thing going on there, and then come to find out, I was watching an interview from a political party, UKIP. It's a fairly new party. They've been only around since the late '90s, and they were introducing two of their candidates, and one of them, I don't know the other one, but one of them is sort of a YouTube comedian, commenter, debater. Will go and talk to people publicly and has entered a role for a seat in whatever system of government they use in there. And it was something he said 3 or 4 years ago or whatever in a tweet. And the media started to bring it up, and they were actually told at the beginning that was like, you know, you stick to what we really appreciate if you stuck to what, you know, was announced. It was an announcement of the candidacies. And he just like went right off and said, you know, this is why nobody believes you anymore, why you're fake news and whatever, you know, it's because, you know, it's just this over and over and over, and it doesn't change. And the leader of the party was there, and he sort of took over starting to answer the questions, and then they started asking him questions directly, and he went off on them. Says, you know, I've commented on this before and before, over and over and over, and you continue to ask the same question. It's the same goddamn answer as it was a year ago or 2 years ago. So please, if you can't, you know, stick to the subject of these two men we're introducing up here as our political candidates for different areas, then shut the hell up. You know, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of effort. You're doing a disservice to the people of Britain. And I thought that was funny. And then it hit me and says, oh my God, this whole making up the news and this attack guerrilla or whatever gonzo attack journalism that's out there now is not just limited to the United States. It's anywhere else in the world, you know. Many other places. I mean, some have picked it up. Britain is done with it, you know. They've picked it up, noticed it, and they're done with it. You know, that's maybe why you have this Brexit thing going on there. So, well, that was that. I mean, so, anyways, the point is, and then watching a story on Fox, and it's the decline of birth rates. This Israeli physician and his group have been studying some of that, and questions were asked where he flat admitted, you know, so we haven't really been drilling in on that yet. We're aware of it and we're drilling in on it, but so I don't really have any figures, but, you know, the big point is male sperm levels are dropping. They're not what they were, or should be, for healthy population growth. And I'm thinking, wow, you know, that is kind of a problem. And but you know, how much of it has to do with they're identified some things like, you know, sorry about that, I hit a button. They've identified some physiological evidence with drugs, environment, and chemicals and whatnot, and but they're doing more research on that. They haven't studied that even closer. They're trying to figure out, though, why this is happening. And the guy was really open and honest about it, and I appreciated him because he didn't try to deny or make something up. He was straightforward, and he was, you know, where he didn't have the evidence or the information, he pointed that out. And I thought that was great. But currently, we have the discussion, and it's hard because you got to check on it, and yeah, there's some relevance to it and whatnot. But you know, there's now these live birth abortions where a fetus or whatever is it's not considered a fetus yet until someone says it's a fetus, and lying on a table unattended and alive, and it slowly dies until it's dead. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, especially in the matter of abortion, But more in this context is because there's people passing laws and on the national level, and there's this whole group in Congress that's like that now seem to have some sort of control, and they're trying to push this agenda of making it legal and whatnot. And I'm thinking, what happened to the Hippocratic Oath? You know, are doctors just out of the question, or are they supporting the question, or are they out of it? You know, because just because they pass a law saying it's okay to do that, why are they doing it? I mean, hypocrisy is running rampant there. The Hippocratic Oath is there for a reason. You know, do no harm. And again, like I said, I'm pro-choice. So, but I don't think that's a choice that should be considered made. I mean, I think they keep mentioning the in and out of it all, and if it's in, it's at this point. If it's out, it's another point. But they seem to believe that, you know, well, now it's okay, you know, and man, when are the doctors alone gonna stand up to this? I understand how many of them fought for legal abortion because of women's health and whatnot. Back in the 70s, when this was still a big thing in Planned Parenthood was about, I thought it was about managing our reproductive business, but apparently during all of this with radical feminism and whatever, men are completely out of the question. So, makes you scary. It's just scary. And these people are taking it, to me, it's too far. I'm okay with it, but you know, if you want to stop and slow down, that's fine. That's fine. You know, if you want to put limits on it as to when you can and when you can't, that's fine too. I think it's gotten out of control. You can basically, what I'm seeing now is a woman can decide to be pregnant and be pregnant for 8.5 months or whatever, and then in the last week or so it says no, I'm not ready to have a baby. I can't have a baby. It'll ruin my life. I want an abortion. And that's bullshit. That is bullshit. If you're worried about what it did to your body, it's already done. Okay? So, there you go. I think there needs to be a review of that, and realistic and honest rulings or laws passed in regards to it. I think a minor, just like anything else, needs to have a parent's approval or parent notification. And we need to work out something like that to protect underage kids from being of what a parents can do. Because in some, I understand that in some households, this could be really, really messed up. Still, you know. But I don't know. I think we really, really need to look at and protect some of the children, because if a woman, if a woman is deciding to get an abortion and she's going to get it in 3 weeks, it's all scheduled and ready to go, and a drunk driver or somebody like that kills her in an automobile accident, or there's a robbery gone wrong and she's shot and killed, they charge them with two homicides in that case, the death of the mother and the death of the unborn fetus. But it's okay to, like, if she had just gotten wounded, to go in later and just yank it out, you know. I don't understand that. They draw the line between what is life and when it becomes life, and when it is not. And in the case of a wrongful death, it's life. If it's, you know, unborn life. If it's just somebody that wants to get rid of their kid, it's justified free choice. But like I said, I am pro-choice. So, God, I had another one. But I just wanted to get that out. That was my opinion on that. Again, I'm asking doctors, people in the medical field, what happened to the Hippocratic Oath? Is it something? Is it something you have to take when you get your medical license or when you become a doctor, and then you can choose? Then after that, you can choose to follow it, respect it, implement it in your life and in your practice, or disregard and notice it completely. So. What can the medical community do about that? It's interesting that in a few states like Ohio and whatnot, since Kavanaugh got put on the Supreme Court, yay Kavanaugh, proof that people don't pay attention on either side of the debate. Nobody really pays attention or remembers. Because I remember completely that when Kavanaugh was asked repeatedly by Democrats, his stance on abortion on Roe versus Wade, and he had commented that Roe versus Wade is law. It has been through two or three attempts to change it or repeal it, and in all those cases, the Supreme Court has supported Roe versus Wade, and he said, and he will continue, and he will support Roe versus Wade because it's already adjudicated law. It's already been gone through. It's gone through the process. Doesn't mean you can't be changed. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Doesn't mean it can't be changed. It'd have to be changed a different way than making it unconstitutional. But I think what some of these other states are doing with their laws may be deemed unconstitutional. I think that's the point. They want to do this and push it to the Supreme, and trying to push it to the Supreme Court. And it's more like a litmus test for Kavanaugh and other ones. And, I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. I could see other things that really should probably stand before the Supreme Court first, or at all. Much bigger issues, much bigger problems. And, it sort of weirds me out. Anyways, the sun is setting. It's hitting me in the eyes where it's reflected from in the glass of the buildings further down. It's behind a post, but I'm getting it at an acute angle. You can see it here on my face and chest, and it's quite annoying. It's painful. Yeah, Mark Church, I'm sorry you just jumped in and then jumped right back out and bailed. As always, I implore you, or any of you that sit and watch this, to make a call. Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you have an opinion, or do you support my opinion? Please let us know. This is also going to be edited, and not edited. I don't edit anything yet. But this is going to be uploaded to YouTube, to the Epic Beard and Dave channel on YouTube. So all you got to do is just type in the Epic Beard and Dave, and I should put the link on in the comments. But yeah, and if you watch it there, or you watch it here, and you can go there, you can subscribe, you can comment and link there, and help further a discussion on this. On the question, what happened to the Hippocratic Oath? And you can do whatever you want, or you don't. You can watch this and say the guy's an idiot to yourself and just mosey on. Let me think I'm not. Probably still gonna think I'm not. But yeah, you can also visit the Dave Besaw channel on YouTube, as we do some other stuff on that one, just and more commentary or whatever. Because as April ends, May enters, and I'd like to say it enters with a roar because it is the fastest month of the year. With accumulated speed and racing calendars at the end of the month. Just want to extend my love to you all. Thank you if you watched. Definitely thank you if you watched. Thank you even more if you commented or gave me your opinion or any kind of reaction, or you went to YouTube and subscribed. So anyways, from relatively sunny but temperate Southern California, I bid you adieu. Good night.